Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back here onto CelloSport for the 1 o'clock Group C fixture between Melville United and Miramar Rangers. So, big important clash in Group C with two clubs with National League teams. So it's a real true test of depth in the club, with both the National League fixtures kind of occurring over this weekend and some of the top young boys being away representing their club at the top level in the country, so gives other players a chance to really show what they've got here at the National Under-19 Championships. So I'm Chris Ambrick in commentary, and joining me again for this game is James McPeak. So welcome along, James. Nice to have you back.
Great to be back again, Chris, and again, welcome to the sunny Hawke's Bay for the CelloSport team, and great to have you guys being able to provide coverage out to all the viewers out there for what is a pinnacle event here in the Bay, and obviously a really great opportunity for some of these young players to show their wares on a national stage. Again, like you alluded to, both of these clubs having National League teams, so understand that there are a few players that are missing that would love to be here, but unfortunately they've got a bigger opportunity as one of the under 20 players that make up the National League squads these days. So yeah, like you say, a good opportunity to see that next tier of player for these two clubs and see that development that they're able to achieve.
Yeah, always great to come back to do this tournament. You know, we've spoken about it before in a couple of the earlier games. So great to see this tournament back to full strength, full complement of teams. The whole place is packed. Great to see. Obviously, we couldn't do it without our supporting partners, Fulton Hogan, Pixlot and Cello. So it's great to have their support to enable us to come and try to cover as much of this tournament as we can possibly do.
Also very appreciative of the Napier City Council for allowing a number of games to be played on Blue Water Stadium. Obviously there is a Napier City Rovers National League campaign going on at the moment, so appreciate the opportunity to have some of the games out here, but also obviously with the CelloSport crew having one of the other outer fields running all day long, given there are some big breaks between the games here on Blue Water.
So both of these guys coming into their second round of games. Melville United picked up a 3-goal-to-win win over Ellerslie in the first round, and Miramar went down 2-1 to Lower Hutt at a tough start. That one would have hurt Macca a little bit.
Yes, obviously Brendan McIntyre's been a very successful coach at this tournament over recent years, predominantly at Lower Hutt, with a real golden generation of players that came through and were very successful and have gone on to achieve a few accolades and milestones within the game. So yeah, obviously never nice losing to an old foe, but it's part and parcel of football, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly is. Miramar seem to be just getting themselves ready for the game, doing their last minute kind of sprints and runs, and now knocking the ball around. Melville were taking it a little bit easier, but obviously with this kind of extended delay a little bit.
Appears there's been a wee shortage of referees this weekend up here in Napier, so a call to anyone out there who's interested in refereeing, get in touch with your local federation. They're always willing to have more people come along and support the game. Obviously Chris and I are armchair experts up here in the comm box, so yeah, great to see the referees here doing their piece and really enabling us to play this tournament.
Yeah, so the delay just appears to be, you probably would have seen him come running across the field. It's the last AR, clearly just finished a game on the outer field, just to kind of highlight the effort that team's going through today. Just finished this game on one of the outer fields and sprinted across onto Blue Water to pick up a flag and run a line. But we shouldn't be too far away from kick-off now as the players into their traditional huddles. Yeah, we've got a whole other refereeing team now turning up. After we're saying they're short on numbers, we've now flooded the decks. Referee team A is just scampering their way across the field to go find the Island Bay game, I believe.
And referee team B is now taking their place. Just waiting on a football now to start the match.
Here it comes. Thanks for bearing with us. Just the 8 minutes. Just the 8 minutes late to get us underway. But Melville do so. Looking for the fast start, getting him behind. One at a corner.
Miramar already taking their time.
Yeah, the challenge from Matab was pretty physical, but legal. So a good start from him, just marshalling it out for a goal kick. Miramar can get us back started now. So Melville with the first head up.
Again, it'll be interesting to see whether these teams play similarly to their first teams with their style of football, or if they go the tournament route and just looking to be effective and try to create as many of those goal-scoring opportunities in as short a time as possible.
A slightly heavy touch there for Miramar just to stop the build-up. But they managed to retain it.
Again, both teams seeming to look a little bit longer so far in this game. Could potentially just be a little settling in period where no one's wanting to make any early mistakes, or we could just see it's an element of punch and then counter punch quite quickly. So quite a transitional game could be shaping up in front of us.
Opening strike for Melville. Nothing too concerning for the goalkeeper. It's the Hotman shot. Easily out for a goal kick. But I guess when you look at kind of Brendan McIntyre down there, he's kind of been through this tournament so many times, so he'll probably have a strategy within his playing group around how to approach this tournament, I would imagine. More so than you'd probably expect from other coaches. As Miramar do get the ball in behind, goalkeeper does well, can't commit his hands, knew exactly where he was to get down with his feet to keep it out.
And then we're back up the other end with Melville here with an opportunity.
Great cut inside. Strikes dragged down. Misses the near post.
Again, I think he's got to go far post there, and even if the keeper saves it, it gives his striker next to him an opportunity on the rebound.
Yeah, absolutely. But what a contrast from end to end. You're talking 20 seconds, two reasonable chances at either end.
Again, it'll be interesting to see how these backlines adapt. Again, obviously playing relatively high, which has allowed some of those opportunities, so potentially they just need to sit a little bit deeper and read that ball a little bit better. Well tidied up there, though.
So Fletcher will get us back underway from a throw-in. Big switch and play.
I think the idea was right, Chris, and unfortunately the execution wasn't quite as he had hoped. Good win there from the Melville backline, and another set-piece opportunity here for Miramar.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of a theme of long throw-ins today across the 2 games that we've had on Blue Water so far. Miramar a bit more of a loopy one to get him behind, but easily cleared away, and it gives Melville the opportunity to attack. They briefly had that 3v3, but just kind of got cut up by Miramar, who do enough defensively. Yeah, slightly cynical one there.
Again, it's probably an opportunity for both teams to just have a breather now. It's been an absolutely frenetic first 5 or so minutes, and again, that 20-second phase where there was a really good opportunity at both ends probably speaks to what's been going on. It'll be interesting to see whether that intensity can be sustained throughout the 50 minutes here.
Yeah, it has been pretty frantic. Just be looking for one of these sides just to settle it down.
A little bit of activity down here on the Melville bench, so it'll be interesting to see whether Oakman can continue. Here he is on the ball.
Yeah, we've certainly seen them not muck around with any kind of hint of an injury. Obviously, they're allowed 5 substitutions in a game, so they're just not mucking around. If there's an injury, they're just swapping the player out. It's probably a good idea, especially in these early stages, just trying to not make anything worse, trying to let the player recover, as we see an offside flag at the top end to release any pressure on Miramar.
A couple of very good early calls from referee Team B here.
So it's quite a pivotal result. I mean, I know we're still early in the tournament, round 2 now, but it's going to be pretty pivotal if Melville could pick up another win here and put themselves on maximum points and really give Miramar some struggles. So it's really imperative for Miramar to try to pick something up in this game.
Again, unfortunately for Miramar, if they don't pick up 3 points, they're very reliant on other results going their way throughout the rest of the group, which is never a great place to be in as a football team or club.
There was a hint of an offside. The flag stayed down, but the header was cleared. Melville get to come again. Nice little ball in behind. Good ball across the face. Oh, just didn't get the connection you wanted at the far post.
Again, a fantastic opportunity there for Melville. Some clever little interplay on that far side, and then a fantastic delivery far post. Unfortunately, he probably hopes to do better with that.
Yeah, maybe just if we're gonna offer something, it might have been just potentially just a touch behind him, so he kind of had to reach back and kind of stop his movement. But it was pretty accurate. It was a pretty good ball. Yeah, he would have hoped to have got that on target. But Melville, come again. Right onto the edge of the area. But Miramar can clean it up, and the goalkeeper will go long.
Again, Melville wasting no time getting that ball back in. They can feel a bit of ascendancy here. Unfortunately, though, that last piece of quality wasn't quite there.
Yeah, in these early stages now, Melville seems to be the team that's settling the best. Not a bad idea to try to turn it around the corner.
And a head knock has stopped play. Not much you could do with that, I don't think.
No, that was one of those point blank ones you just can't dodge. If anything, it was a good defensive header, really. I mean, that ball around the corner was the one that was on. Needed to get something in the way of it. I think he's just going to shake it off, which is good. But yeah, it was certainly full force.
Some good sportsmanship there shown by Melville. And then it looks like Miramar trying to target Kennedy with a few longer range passes coming out of the back, and then use him as a bit of a platform with Walker potentially trying to get him behind him with that third man run.
Miramar now getting into these good wide areas. They've got numbers in the box if they can find a delivery, but well held. And the goalkeeper gets us restarted pretty quickly.
Fantastic vision there to get the ball out and moving. Coach McIntyre not particularly pleased with that call. Scratches his head a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of contact. Gets the free kick. Not really showing that they're loading this up for a delivery, so they may well go short, but he doesn't seem to have too many short options either. Picks the line.
Again, maybe showing our age here, Chris, but that was a perfect opportunity to put one into the mixer and see what happens, you know?
Yeah, tournament football. It's never a bad option just to see if you can make something happen.
Again, Miramar looking to play out the back. 2 or 3 through the back, 2 or 3 players, and then a little bit longer up into the forward line, skipping the midfield, and here comes Walker. Again, there's a 2v2 here for Miramar if they can take an opportunity.
Yeah, Walker just couldn't quite get himself clear. The flag's going to go up. It's good defensive cover regardless.
I'm not sure if there was an advantage there, Chris.
Yeah. That's, if anything comes of this, you'll hear all about it. Get a goal kick so that they generally avoid any kind of disaster on the back of it. But you're right, the flag went up. Advantage was kind of played and quickly lost.
Again, interesting to see here whether Miramar plays short again like the last couple of goal kicks, or do go a little bit longer. Here we go, out to the right fullback here. And into the channel.
Good job to hold it up. He'll win himself a throw-in. So trying to find Kennedy again. Leans into his man, wins himself another throw-in. So they're just edging their way further and further down the field. Again, another channel throw this time. It gets away from everybody.
And it looks like Melville just settle this down, get numbers into a good area and try to win that second phase ball.
Yeah, we're going to try to come long down this left-hand side. First hit is well won from Melville. Not a bad little routine there. Kind of, if you've got the accuracy to be able to find that ball, they cause problems with it.
And really good from these Melville front players taking that gamble and really trying to get beyond the Miramar back four. It's very difficult to defend when players are running at you from deep.
Good driving run forward. Advantage been played.
And another Falcon, it looks like.
Yeah, I think Miramar's going to wait too much, so the referee's had to take it into his own hands to stop it. Promising passage there for Melville. Didn't quite get it to bounce the right direction in that box to get something away on target.
Again, it does feel like a true tournament game, this. Frenetic pace for the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then one team getting a bit of ascendancy. Maybe could have taken their opportunities a little bit better, and now Miramar sort of come back into the tussle, and yeah, it's just a little bit of a stalemate at the moment, probably leading into the half.
Yeah, kind of, what are we now, 13, almost 14 minutes into this game. Still yet to see a shot on target. So we're certainly seeing some opportunities get created, but nothing that seemed to be too threatening as Melville were readying a substitution. It's a nice clip ball. Just can't get bored under. So Tad will get us back going here for Miramar. It's a nice idea with a touch inside, trying to change the direction on it, but just lost out. Miramar again, that little ball over the top. Just enough to get a throw in.
And here comes that substitution you were talking about earlier, Chris. With Rogerson coming on for Melville.
Yeah, seems to be a few run of a few injuries in the first day of this tournament so far. Well, in the games we've covered on this pitch anyway.
Again, that also speaks to how difficult it is to win these tournaments, Chris. You do need an element of good footballing ability, but also the luck does need to fall your way a wee bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, another good long throw in from Miramar. It gets turned over. Good movement of the ball from Miramar in tight areas in the attacking third. The linesman flagged.
Contentious.
Yeah, linesman flagged for a Melville ball there. I'm not so sure if you can catch that on the camera. Referee kind of overruled it, which was a bit of a surprise to the players, and ended up committing a foul just on the side of the box. There's a promising position to take a set piece here for the Miramar side.
And you'd expect Miramar to be well drilled here from set piece, being a Brendan McIntyre team.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully we haven't just put the jinx on. No, it's a good delivery. Off the back of the Melville defender, so didn't know too much about it. Was out for a re-delivery. Hangs out to the back post. They can't get a strike away, and now Melville could break. Miramar's got the numbers.
He's done well there. Just
And he has done well. Just to close him out, not give him anything at the expense of a throw-in. Good bit of defending.
Fantastic transition moment there from Melville, though. Flooded players forward, and if they were able to get that across and centred, could have been very dangerous for Miramar.
Yeah, being able to break like that at pace is such a powerful skill to have. Yeah, especially in a tournament like this where, we've talked about it a lot with the short halves, but you're going to be kind of flooded numbers forward when you're in possession and you're feeling confident to try to close out that goal. But you do leave yourself open to the good counter-attacking sides. Are so dangerous up here for this tournament. It was a good step from Miramar. Unlucky not to pick up the ball, but Melville do well on the turn and find a nice ball into this left-hand channel. Great little step in outside of the foot pass. Just a little bit too much.
Again, really interesting here to see Melville playing quite aggressively and only leaving one or two back on the half and pushing everyone else to try and press high up the field. So again, as the game progresses, it'll be interesting to see whether they stay as aggressive and try winning that ball higher up in Miramar's half, or if they do start to drop back and sit in a bit more of a mid-block.
Yeah. Again, four players came together there, trying to win that ball. Miramar player gets sandwiched in the middle, which didn't look too pleasant. But no foul, just out for a Miramar throw. Miramar driving him, trying to get that pass to the back post.
Well defended by Melville, sorry.
Had to be made that clearance. It's a little bit frantic, bouncing around that third. Melville win the throw in though, so they can kind of take the sting out of a little bit now. A good moment there for Miramar. They come forward again. Nice little back heel. But can't keep his feet. Oh, he can keep his feet. Drives into the box. Just coming into the box and then just to turn away, to go away from the box again. Just to trying to find the space, but you're always going to run out of it and get ushered out towards the sideline. But Melville do win it at the expense of a throw-in. So the danger's not over yet. Miramar can continue to push it towards the box.
An advantage shown there from the referee. Unfortunately for Miramar, there's only one or two players in the box here, surrounded by four Melville shirts, so not an appealing prospect to deliver.
Yeah, they did okay to recycle it through.
Fantastic moving up front here from Melville. Unfortunately, he's just under hit the long ball a wee bit.
Yeah, not too far away. That was a tough one to take it for the fullback. Bobbling towards you, you just want to make sure you make good contact.
Fantastic intervention there from the Melville defender. That was Fletcher. Again, it's been a very even period. This Miramar slightly edging it, but not being able to get a shot on target to show for their promise.
Yeah, we've certainly seen these games being very combative. You know, all players for the sides that we've seen on this pitch so far, very aggressive, happy in the challenge, really putting themselves about.
And again, it's a very proud moment for a lot of these players coming and representing their clubs. Again, like I say, it's national stage and it's a very prestigious tournament. It's been brought for many years by Napier City Rovers. So again, you'd expect nothing less than a competitive showing from each team.
The space in midfield closed down very quickly for Miramar, but they are able to get it forward. Just trying a little bit too much. Can't control the pass. Yeah, Melville looking for the switch. Just underhit the pass again. Easily cut out by Miramar.
Unfortunately, just a little bit slow in transition there, Miramar. There was a really good opportunity with players ahead of the ball, but alas, they weren't able to take that opportunity.
Another throw in here for Miramar. Again, this game is still crying out for the first shot on target as we see another strike come in, but it's pretty wide there from Miramar. Kind of their first attempt at goal. I mean, it wasn't on target, but it kind of getting closer.
I think that's a very good descriptive term, at goal.
I think this is just one of those games that it probably needs a goal to spring it into life. It's pretty nervy, keeping each other at arm's length so far. There's been a couple of moments it's kind of threatened to be a really good opportunity, but defensively both sides have done pretty well. That's a pretty bad challenge.
Ordinary challenge.
Yeah, Vera Gall goes into the book.
Again, it's probably worth noting that if a player picks up 2 yellow cards in any group match, they do serve a suspension, so he'll be not only in this match riding a bit of a tightrope, but for his remaining group matches as well. Would also probably like to see a couple more of the big rigs from the back for Miramar up in the box for this delivery. And it's...
Oh, good delivery. Kind of just drifted away on the keeper a little bit, but he's done well to recover it. And that takes us through to the halftime break. 0-0. Pretty competitive game, pretty tight. Not a huge amount of goal action so far, but I'm sure the second half will open up a little bit more and we'll see a few chances. So players will take a short couple of minute break just to get some drinks on board. We'll take a quick break too, and we'll see you for the second half. Welcome back to the second half. Obviously a fit bunch of players. Didn't take their full allotment of 5 minutes for the break. Getting ourselves right underway. Bit of a scrappy first half there, Jimmy.
Yeah, I think the stats, as you may have seen pop up on your monitor there, unfortunately show that there weren't too many clear-cut opportunities, and maybe that shot at target should be a new stat created for the CelloSport team.
Potentially. We've got to fill a gap.
Again, that speaks to the nature of the game. It's been very combative in the midfield sectors, with no real ascendancy gained from either team. Again, there has been a little bit of movement on the subs bench at half-time, but we haven't been able to pull what numbers they are for you at home. So we'll see if there's a difference made with those impact subs.
Yeah, there's certainly been flashes of quality. Let's, it's not a poor quality game by any stretch. There's certainly been flashes out there. There's another good delivery in here. If Melville can just get on the end of it, but it's just not sticking. So we've seen enough that we know that there's going to be some chances created in the second half as both teams really open out to attack it. Great little turn.
Good bit of quality here from Miramar. Can we get a delivery into the box?
Kennedy drives in.
Oh, referee.
Referee waves it off. Certainly seemed to be a little bit of contact in there. But that's a good start for Miramar. I was about to say they're going to have to be the ones. The longer this game goes at 0-0, Miramar, having lost their opening game, they're going to have to come out and really chase this. They need 3 points back, get themselves back in the conversations as to who's going to progress out of the group.
And again, that's all it takes, a couple of moments of brilliance, an amazing turn down here just in front of us, and then he slipped his mate in.
It's great interplay from Melville. Just the last ball gets away from them.
Again, it's just that moment of brilliance or quality in that final third, and it'll result in a goal. So I think, like you've alluded to, I think one goal will open this up.
Yeah. So Kennedy's looking pretty good out there. Plenty good touches for the big man up top.
Again, neither team really playing through midfield, choosing to skip that out and try to use the target men up front as a bit of a platform and play off that, as opposed to necessarily build up play like we saw the Wellington Phoenix women do in the earlier game on Blue Water.
Yeah, if you're going to play that way, you're just going to have to risk a little bit more. It's good strong defending under a lot of pressure. Referee does give him a foul. Yeah, if you're going to play that long ball, you really need to get up the midfield to get up high to support. It's something that, being here at Napier, Bill Robertson's Napier City Rovers do well. When they do play those longer angle balls, they have so many numbers up there to support to win that second and third phase that if you don't get out, you're in big trouble. But if you don't have that support, then you're really asking a lot for your front runners to be able to bring it down and have to wait for the supporting runners to come.
Yeah, again, and it's also having a structure within your team that allows potentially a bit of cheating from your number 10 to be able to join in really quickly and take some of those opportunities. So, again, with both teams being very resolute in defence, you do need to get some support up there as quickly as possible to really create those opportunities.
Yeah, so McIntyre looks like he's readying Brendan Schneider to come in, who started that first game against Lower Hutt. So looking to see if he can make an impact off the bench for the second round fixture. Good switch of play here. We've still them left a couple short in that first half, but found the range second half. Great little ball in behind. Great recovering challenge though. George Campbell on the recover.
Again, it did seem just hold up a little bit here on Blue Water. Obviously a little bit of rain in the Hawke's Bay this winter, but it's dried out quite nicely, and it maybe feels like it's sticking a little bit underfoot for some of these players.
Yeah, from the first ball it looked like he was just going to be in. But yeah, held up enough just to get pressure on the ball. Good delivery. Miramar win the header. Only get it as far as the edge of the box where Melvin can kind of recover it.
Another opportunity to get it in the mixer. Good delivery.
Good header. Good save.
A bit of time out here on the left flank for Miramar.
Oh, just didn't quite read it. It's just not sticking up there for Miramar at the moment.
Again, a little bit longer here from Miramar, looking in for that top target man, and it falls nicely into the midfield for Melville. Let's see what can be built from here.
Yeah, again though, it's that long ball, and then the first header just puts it into safe spaces. So if you're Melville, you'll be happy with that. You'll take that all day. Try to hoover up those set pieces. Just win your headers, that's all you need to do. Yeah, Miramar back 4 asking for a flag. Didn't arrive. So the clearance is just going to lead to a throw-in on that far side for Melville.
Bit of composure here from Melville and looking to link up play, but well interrupted by Miramar.
Yeah, very tight in that midfield third, and Miramar will make their changes now.
Again, it looks like another striker brought on for Miramar Rangers, so obviously chasing this game a little bit and wanting to get those 3 points to, again, keep them in contention in this group.
Yeah, a little ball over the top. It's just going to run away. Strong defending, just to marshal it out for a goal kick. Now Melville will make their first change. Keegan Thompson will join the play.
Again, you've mentioned some of the mind games that coaches play. Perhaps they could have made the substitution at the same time as the Miramar one, but no. We'll wait a couple of minutes and then roll another one out to kill a bit more time. And again, with these 25-minute halves, time is of the essence.
Absolutely. I mean, they'd love to go through. That's a great ball. Flag will stay down, I think rightfully so. Oh, tries a little toe poke past the keeper. Good first up save. And Miramar can get it clear.
Big there.
That's the first major chance of this game now. You know, just as we were saying, it's just so important. Like, if Melville can get a goal and claim this win, 6 points out of 6 to start the day. Just puts you in such a better mood going into that third game. You know, the 5 o'clock game in the evening. It's always a tough game after a long day. But with 6 points in the bag, it's a much easier prospect.
And again, with both of these squads missing a number of their under-19 players through the National League, and the linesman flag goes up, they may be running a little bit thinner squad than they would have otherwise liked. So again, trying to get some points early and rest some of your top players is imperative.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, a little bit heavy-handed. Another free kick for Melville. Probably not in shooting range from there, but certainly could get probably a good left-footed delivery in there.
I was going to say, and you do like to see this, Chris, a couple of the big centre halves from Melville making their way up to the 18-yard box.
Yeah, that could be a threat on the set piece.
Not sure whether you need a wall, but it also looks like it's 20 yards away, so not sure how effective it'll be.
Yeah, distinct away to the back post. Miramar win the first header well.
Interesting here, though. Melville 2v2 at the back with Miramar. Not sure if the Melville coach will be too pleased about that.
Yeah, always a gamble. We saw, probably in both of the early games actually, there was quite a few opportunities that came from corners and from the defensive corner with just a quick breakaway when just, an overcommitment of numbers. Again, Miramar had a chance to break there, the last pass cut out, so just puts them back on the back foot. Just wearing this pressure, this constant pressure now that's coming from Melville. They just seem to be pretty happy with the ball, settling into pretty good sustained amount of possession now.
It certainly does feel as though Melville are starting to win the arm wrestle a wee bit. They are finding players in some space, but again, just like that, all it takes is a moment, Chris, and Miramar straight back in it.
Nice little interchange from Miramar down that touch line, but it's just too tight.
I quite like Miramar to be aggressive here and try press and win this higher up the field. A little bit like that.
Yeah, certainly getting numbers around the ball now. But it's a great pass to bypass all of that pressure.
Again, neither team really been able to create a true goal scoring opportunity, aside from the one that Melville were able to create just before.
Yeah, looking to try to replicate something similar with that pass.
Again, Melville have done a very good job just to get in the way of things for Miramar when they've been trying to spring forward.
Nice little run here. Beats his man. Gets his head up. Pulls it across. Good opportunity. Block chance. Twice. Yeah, last one comes from offside position.
Very good defending there from the Melville players, getting themselves in the way of the shots.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you can do. Just get bodies in the way. Melville come again. Yeah, there's a late run down this right side, but probably didn't get there early enough to really be that option.
It's broken. There's a couple of players in the box here for Melville if we can get his head up and deliver.
Yeah, try for the little overcomplicated back heel into space.
We saw the exasperated reaction from the coach down here in front of us, Chris.
Melville on the drive again. Ball over the top. Flag's gone up. Won't count if something comes at the end of it.
Again, looks like the Miramar Rangers trying to push the tempo here and get on with this. Obviously, again, as we've alluded to, realise that something does need to change and a nil draw is not going to be good enough for them.
So another stoppage here. Couple of changes incoming for Melville. Approaching the last 10 minutes of the game. We've probably seen through the second half now, Jimmy, that Melville's probably taken control of it. Miramar still in there, obviously, 0-0. They're still clearly in this game, and they're still creating the occasional moment on the counter-attack. It's just going to be who's the most effective when they get a chance to put one in. We still haven't seen a huge amount of really clear-cut chances so far as Melville bring it forward.
or potentially who makes the mistake, Chris. I know it's not a very positive frame of mind, but again, a slip of a centre half or a goalkeeper, and all of a sudden, and one goal might be enough to win it today.
Yeah, and I guess we saw that in the Nelson Suburbs Phoenix game in the women's draw in the last round. It was a pretty similar game to this. Very, very close, very hard fought, and it just came down to one penalty decision that was tucked away.
So again, another corner here for Melville, an opportunity to get set piece delivery into the box.
Yeah, delivery's got to be good. They've got some tall timber in there, so there should be a threat. Good ball. Keeper stayed in his line, wasn't comfortable to come and get it. It's a nice ball out to the right-hand side. Should be able to get a second delivery in. They can. Free on the back post has gone in, but the flag is up.
Again, fantastic delivery, but unfortunately I think he was just in an offside position.
Yeah, for a second Melville thought they got there. Substitutes all jumped out of the dugout, but denied by the flag.
Here's Miramar at the other end. Bit of space out here on the left for Miramar. Again, not a huge amount of movement in ahead of him.
Yeah, he didn't have much option. He's gone for that crossfield ball, but his mates outmarked 4v1, but he didn't have much else on. Didn't have any of the run overlapping him.
Again, the Miramar players do seem to be a little bit isolated up front and playing quite wide of each other, whereas I think on a number of occasions we've seen two Melville players making a similar run, which has made it difficult for the Miramar players to pick up both of the runs.
Yeah, they've really relied on like Kennedy up top as he receives it now, really doing the bulk of the work around bringing it down and then trying to move the ball into a space where he can deliver. It's a big ask when he's outnumbered, but Miramar, the little clip ball across, good goalkeeping.
Very comfortable, and then fantastic delivery out to the left back to restart play. Set piece opportunity here for Miramar. Not before they make a substitution. Could this be an inspired move?
Arthur Egerton joins the plate. So he'll go straight into the box now. No, is he not allowed him on? The players come off though, right?
Now he's allowed on.
Take two. At least he'll know where he's going. He's seen it before. So Miramar, important delivery now. Hits it with power, but side netting.
I think you need to deliver that rather than
shoot.
shoot.
Yeah, you're asking a lot to score from there. You're really asking for a goalkeeper's error, unless you hit an absolute worldie. But that ball, for where we are in the game, kind of approaching the last five, that just needed a good delivery.
You would have put it top corner though, wouldn't you, Chris?
No. So Melville come again. And nice touch up front, but they can't retain possession. It comes back for Miramar. Goalkeeper kind of gets stuck halfway. Really needed his defender to bail him out then.
Looking for a foul there, but I think he's optimistic trying to get one. And now Miramar start to flood players into the box. They've realised the urgency of this.
He's moved it forward. He looked offside. Flag stays down. Challenge goes in. Didn't get a lot of the ball, but advantage is played. They get themselves a corner.
I think a few of the Melville players are after the free kick rather than getting the advantage in the corner.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent advantage though to go from that corner down to the byline.
Again though, Melville leading 2v2 at the back here.
I think a third's coming back now. Yeah, flatter delivery. Good first time header one.
Opportunity at the back post if they can stand it up.
Do want to keep that in, but he does. No, he doesn't. Goalkeeper Miramar certainly in a hurry now to get this forward. It's getting towards the last 3 minutes of this match. The keeper just can't keep it in play. We see the drama of something late here, Jimmy.
Again, here comes an opportunity for Miramar. A little bit of movement beyond.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get a bit helter-skelter. Numbers committed both sides, which is totally understandable. Into the box, went for the near shot. Pretty optimistic going for that near post drive, but wins the corner. So Melville, their fourth corner of the match. We're looking to turn it into the goal scoring opportunity they need. You know, again, we're talking about Miramar chasing it for the points. Melville can really take a really strong position in this group by going 2 from 2. They need to find themselves a late winner, and they're not going to find it with a delivery that goes straight out. That's a coach killer.
Again, it feels like it's been the recurring theme of the day is just that final ball, Chris, and that last little bit of quality. Melville did have an opportunity, but was deemed offside, and there was a very good delivery from them, which led to it. But again, unfortunately, that offside flag did go up.
Yeah, Melville still trying to push, trying to get something in late. Free kick. Just another area where it's not an easy free kick delivery from here. It's pretty straight on. So Miramar keeping a high line here. Don't want to give up too much space in that box for the delivery as it comes in. They win the first header well.
All it needs to do is help this on its way and could be in trouble here, Melville. They've done well to get back though.
As Kennedy's worked so hard for Miramar up front there. But a great outlet for them.
I think that's a silly foul there, Chris.
Yeah, just too firm. Arm on the back.
He's going away from goal. Do you need to make that challenge?
Nah, yeah, he was going away from goal, and it just looked the nature of the push would just looked a little bit obvious. But it's a great opportunity now. This is a good spot to deliver from Miramar. It's one of those ones where you can really fizz it at that back post and have runners cutting across it. Hard for the goalkeeper to judge whether to come or not. Great first header from Melville to get it clear. Only as far as the edge. He's gone in for a high fight.
Not sure what you're supposed to do in that instance, though, Chris. Wernburner, fantastic accuracy there from Melville.
Yeah, so into the last minute now. As Miramar hook it clear. Referee checks his watch and brings it to a close. So that is Miramar 0, Melville 0, in a very tightly contested Group C fixture here at Blue Water Stadium. Very even game. Not too many really clear-cut chances fashioned, but there's certainly a lot of intent, a lot of endeavour from both sides to break the deadlock, but they'll have to settle for a point apiece. It means that Melville move to 4 points from their 2 games and Miramar get their first point of the tournament. And we look forward to bringing the afternoon schedule through with the next game at 3 o'clock from Blue Water Stadium. We'll see you all then. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.